Sing-along rhymes.
Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. Up Jack got and home did trot, as fast as he could caper. He went to bed and wrapped his head with vinegar and brown paper. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. Up Jack got and home did trot, as fast as he could caper. He went to bed and wrapped his head with vinegar and brown paper. Rock-a-bye baby on the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. When the bough breaks, the cradle will fall, and down will come baby, cradle and all. Mother is near, watching so true. Daddy will catch you, baby, don't you fear. Sleep, little baby, safe and sound. Dream of the stars that shine all around. Rock-a-bye baby, rest your sweet head. Snuggle in tight in your warm little bed. Angels are watching, keeping you near. Sleep well, my darling, there's nothing to fear. Polly, put the kettle on. Polly, put the kettle on. Polly, put the kettle on. We'll all have tea. Suki, take it off again. Suki, take it off again. Suki, take it off again. They've his chin again. The wind blew them off, and they grew in again. Poor old Michael Finnegan begin again. There was an old madman named Michael Finnegan. He went fishing with a pin again, caught a fish and dropped it in again. Poor old Michael Finnegan begin again. There was an old madman named Michael Finnegan. He grew fat and then grew thin again. Then he died and had to begin again. Poor old Michael Finnegan begin again. Little boy blue, come blow your horn. The sheep's in the meadow, the cow's in the corn. Where is the boy who looks after the sheep? He's under a haystack, fast asleep. Will you wake him? Oh no, not I. For if I do, he's sure to cry. Little boy blue, come blow your horn. The sheep's in the meadow, the cow's in the corn. Where is the boy who looks after the sheep? He's under a haystack, fast asleep. Will you wake him? Oh no, not I. For if I do, he's sure to cry. Oh, the grand old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill, and he marched them down again. And when they were up, they were up, and when they were down, they were down. And when they were only halfway up, they were neither up nor down. He marched them to the left, he marched them to the right. He marched them round and round again, and then he said good night, night. On the grand old Duke of York had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill, and he marched them down again. And when they were up, they were up, and when they were down, they were down. And when they were only halfway up, they were neither up nor down. He marched them to the left, he marched them to the right. He marched them round and round again, and then he said good night. Oh, the grand old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill, and he marched them down again. And when they were up, they were up, and when they were down, they were down. And when they were only halfway up, they were neither up nor down. He marched them to the left, he marched them to the right. He marched them round and round again, and then he said good night, night. On the grand old Duke of York had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill, and he marched them down again. And when they were up, they were up, and when they were down, they were down. And when they were only halfway up, they were neither up nor down. He marched them to the left, he marched them to the right. He marched them round and round again, and then he said good night. Yankee Doodle went to town, a-riding on a pony. He stuck a feather in his hat and called it macaroni. Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the step, and with the girls be handy. Father and I went down to camp, along with Captain Goody. And there we saw the men and boys as thick as hasty pudding. Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the step, and with the girls be handy. And there was Captain Washington upon a slapping stallion, giving orders to his men. I guess there were a million. Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the step, and with the girls be handy. Hush, little baby, Mama's gonna buy you a mockingbird. And if that mockingbird won't sing, Mama's gonna buy you a diamond ring. And if that diamond ring turns brass, Mama's gonna buy you a looking glass. And if that looking glass gets broke, Mama's gonna buy you a billy goat. And if that billy goat won't pull, Mama's gonna buy you a cart and bull. And if that cart and bull turn over, Mama's gonna buy you a dog named Rover. Mama's gonna buy you a horse and cart. And if that horse and cart fall down, you'll still be the sweetest little baby in town. Little Bo Peep has lost her sheep and doesn't know where to find them. Leave them alone and they'll come home wagging their tails behind them. Little Bo Peep fell fast asleep and dreamt she heard them bleating. But when she awoke she found it a joke, for they were still a-fleeting. Then up she took her little crook, determined for to find them. She found them indeed, but it made her heart bleed, for they'd left their tails behind them. It happened one day, as Bo Peep did stray into a meadow hard by. There she espied their tails side by side, hung up on a tree to dry. Has lost her sheep and doesn't know where to find them. Leave them alone and they'll come home wagging their tails behind them. Little Bo Peep fell fast asleep and dreamt she heard them bleating. But when she awoke she found it a joke, for they were still a-fleeting. Then up she took her little crook, determined for to find them. She found them indeed, but it made her heart bleed, for they'd left their tails behind them. It happened one day, as Bo Peep did stray into a meadow hard by. There she espied their tails side by side, hung up on a tree to dry.
A is for apple, B is for ball, B is for ball, B is for ball, C is for cat, cat, E is for dog, E is for elephant, elephant, F is for fish, G is for goat, G is for goat, H is for hat, I is for igloo, J is for jump, K is for kite, L is for lion, M is for monkey, N is for nose, O is for orange, P is for penguin, Q is for queen, R is for rabbit, S is for sun, Z is for tiger, U is for umbrella, P is for penguin, and W is for whale, along. A tisket, a tasket, a green and yellow basket. I wrote a letter to my love, and on the way I dropped it. I dropped it, I dropped it, and on the way I dropped it. A little girl, she picked it up and put it in her pocket. She was walking down the avenue without a single thing to do. She was pecking all around when she spotted on the ground. She took it, she shook it, she looked inside and read it. Then she ran to tell her friends what it said, what it said. She was walking down the avenue without a single thing to do. She was pecking all around when she spotted on the ground. She took it, she shook it, she looked inside and read it. Then she ran to tell her friends what it said, what it said, what it said. Oh where has my little dog gone? Oh where can he be? With his ears so short and his tail so long. Oh where can he be? I looked around when I last saw him, but he was nowhere in sight. I called his name and I whistled too, but he didn't come home last night. Oh where has my little dog gone? Oh where can he be? With his ears so short and his tail so long. Oh where can he be? I looked around when I last saw him, but he was nowhere in sight. I called his name and I whistled too, but he didn't come home last night. Oh where has my little dog gone? Oh where can he be? With his ears so short and his tail so long. Oh where can he be? Oh where has my little dog gone? Oh where can he be? With his ears so short and his tail so long. Oh where can he be?
fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. Up Jack got and home did trot, as fast as he could caper. He went to bed and wrapped his head with vinegar and brown paper. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. Up Jack got and home did trot, as fast as he could caper. He went to bed and wrapped his head with vinegar and brown paper.
What to do. She gave them some broth without any bread, then kissed them all sweetly and sent them to bed. Some played and some danced as happy could be, while the old woman washed with a smile full of glee. She rocked them so gently and tucked them in tight, then whispered, "Sleep well, my loves, good night." What to do. She gave them some broth without any bread, then kissed them all sweetly and sent them to bed. Some played and some danced as happy could be, while the old woman washed with a smile full of glee. She rocked them so gently and tucked them in tight, then whispered, "Sleep well, my loves, good night." A green and yellow basket. I wrote a letter to my love, and on the way I dropped it. I dropped it, I dropped it, and on the way I dropped it. A little girl, she picked it up and put it in her pocket. She was walking down the avenue without a single thing to do. She was pecking all around. She spotted on the ground. She took it, she shook it, she looked inside and read it. Then she ran to tell her friends what it said, what it said. She was walking down the avenue without a single thing to do. She was pecking all around. When she spotted on the ground, she took it, she shook it, she looked inside and read it. Then she ran to tell her friends what it said, what it said, what it said. There was a farmer who had a dog, and Bingo was his name. Oh, B-I-N-G-O, 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 and Bingo was his name. Oh, there was a farmer who had a dog, and Bingo was his name. Oh, clap, I-N-G-O, clap, I-I-N-G-O, clap, I-I-N-G-O, and Bingo was his name. Oh,
hair so short and his tail so long. Oh where can he be? I looked around when I last saw him, but he was nowhere in sight. I called his name and I whistled too, but he didn't come home last night. Oh where has my little dog gone? Oh where can he be? With his ears so short and his tail so long. Oh where can he be? I looked around when I last saw him, but he was nowhere in sight. I called his name and I whistled too, but he didn't come home last night. Oh where has my little dog gone? Oh where can he be? With his ears so short and his tail so long. Oh where can he be? Oh where has my little dog gone? Oh where can he be? With his ears so short and his tail so long. Oh where can he be? Little Bo Peep has lost her sheep and doesn't know where to find them. Leave them alone and they'll come home wagging their tails behind them. Little Bo Peep fell fast asleep and dreamt she heard them bleating, but when she awoke she found it a joke, for they were still a-fleeting. Then up she took her little crook, determined for to find them. She found them indeed, but it made her heart bleed, for they'd left their tails behind them. It happened one day, as Bo Peep did stray into a meadow hard by. There she espied their tails side by side, hung up on a tree to dry. Has lost her sheep and doesn't know where to find them. Leave them alone and they'll come home wagging their tails behind them. Little Bo Peep fell fast asleep and dreamt she heard them bleating, but when she awoke she found it a joke, for they were still a-fleeting. Then up she took her little crook, determined for to find them. She found them indeed, but it made her heart bleed, for they'd left their tails behind them. It happened one day, as Bo Peep did stray into a meadow hard by. There she espied their tails side by side, hung up on a tree to dry.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread, then kissed them all sweetly and sent them to bed. Some played and some danced as happy could be, while the old woman washed with a smile full of glee. She rocked them so gently and tucked them in tight, then whispered, "Sleep well, my loves, good night." There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread, then kissed them all sweetly and sent them to bed. Some played and some danced as happy could be, while the old woman washed with a smile full of glee. She rocked them so gently and tucked them in tight, then whispered, "Sleep well, my loves, good night."
Little boy blue, come blow your horn. The sheep's in the meadow, the cow's in the corn. Where is the boy who looks after the sheep? He's under a haystack, fast asleep. Will you wake him? Oh no, not I. For if I do, he's sure to cry.
The sheep's in the meadow, the cow's in the corn. Where is the boy who looks after the sheep? He's under a haystack, fast asleep. Will you wake him? Oh no, not I. For if I do, he's sure to cry.